You're listening to the Uplevel Your Online Business Show, where wealth is empowering, purpose is crucial, and high vibes are non-negotiable. And now, here's your host, certified business coach and practical woo strategist, Sarah J. Loureiro.
Hey beauty, did you know that I just opened up some spots to work with me one-on-one? As an exclusive one-on-one business coaching client, you will get access to pretty much everything that I release this calendar year. So including my mastermind, including the amazing Fully Booked Formula. If this is your year to finally up-level your business to the income and impact that really pushes you beyond your wildest dreams, we need to talk. You can book a free call with me to see if you're a good fit from the link bit.ly//let's talk success. That's uppercase L, uppercase T, uppercase S. Or you can head over to my website at sarahjloureiro.com/workwithsarah to find out more. All right, welcome back. And happy Monday, you guys. So today I wanted to talk a little bit more about law of attraction, how you can use the law of attraction in your business, and what to do when the law of attraction, kind of all of your mindset shifts and mindset work that you do starts to feel a lot like work and starts to feel a lot like hustle. Because let me tell you, the law of attraction is not another thing that you want to put on your to-do list. It's not another thing that you want to check off of a list and just say like, hey, I recited these 5 mantras for myself today. Yay, they're done. Awesome, it's over with. The law of attraction is so much more about your energetic vibrations and how you're feeling than it is about the specific words that you write down or the specific things that you think about in your mind. It is so much more about your soul, about your elevation, about the feelings that you are feeling. If you're happy, if you're sad, if you're excited, if you're empowered, all of those things contribute to the law of attraction. And I would argue that those are the most important things. It's not just about journaling about how you want 2 new clients this month. It's not just about journaling about how you want a 6-figure business. It's not only about what you're just saying, because if you're saying something, but your energy is telling you something completely different. If your conscious mind is telling you, I want a 10K month this month, but your subconscious mind is telling you that's never going to happen. That is never, ever going to happen. Who do you think you are by wanting that? I mean, think about it. Any one of us at this specific point in time can say, I want $1 million business next month or next year. Next year, I'm going to have $1 million business, or 2019, I'm going to have $1 million business. But it's not going to happen for me if I'm not energetically creating the space available to have a $1 million business. I am not investing nearly enough money in my business right now to bring it to 7 figures at all. I'm also not thinking like a millionaire in this specific moment in time. So there is nothing else that suggests that I will have $1 million business this year or even next year, other than the fact that I'm just saying it. I want $1 million business. I'm going to have a 7-figure business in 2019. That's literally the only thing I'm doing. In terms of my energy definitely does not match the energy of a 7-figure entrepreneur. The inspired action that I'm taking definitely does not match the inspired action of a 7-figure entrepreneur. I can tell you that for sure. And so what's going to happen here? I am going to go into, if I want to pursue this and I want to pursue this so-called law of attraction, I am going to continuously try to journal and tap my way towards creating a 7-figure business. But if energetically and emotionally I'm not there, I'm not there yet. Right? Like the subconscious really, really rules over the conscious. The good news, though, is that we can reprogram the subconscious mind so that we can get there. And so for me personally, I don't even want a 7-figure business this year. I don't even want a 7-figure business next year. Maybe after 2020 comes along, maybe that will be like, yep, it's my time. It's my time to really step up, make a bigger impact. I know that I'm ready now. But right at this specific moment in time, literally the only thing that is working for me having a 7-figure business is just my thought. It's literally only the words that are coming out of my mouth. And so this is ultimately the difference between someone who is saying that they want a 6-figure business even, or they want a $10,000 month even, and the person who's actually creating it. And so I'm just using a 7-figure business just as an example, and a very large example of this, something that is just so obvious that you can totally relate to it. But now let's take that exact same framework and let's apply it to, let's say, if I really wanted to have a freedom-based business and be able to leave my 9-to-5 from my business income. It's the same thing if I am literally just writing things down and talking about them, but not necessarily taking inspired action, but also 2, really feeling the energy and the frequency of what it feels like to have a business that allows me to leave my 9-to-5. And to be making decisions based on that energetic vibration and that frequency, and not the frequency of where it is I am in that specific point in time, which is, I feel really, really stressed out about my business, or I feel like I'm juggling too many things at once in my 9-to-5. And so that's essentially the difference between people who use the law of attraction successfully and people who use the law of attraction as something on their to-do list. Now, this isn't just about using the law of attraction wrong. This episode isn't called "You're using the law of attraction wrong." It's called law of attraction fatigue, and how you can get fatigue from your law of attraction principles and all of the things that you are doing with it. And so I was actually just thinking about this the other day as I was rolling out my yoga mat in my beautiful, super green yoga space. You guys, my yoga space right now, my outdoor yoga space, is the dreamiest space that I could have possibly imagined for myself. It took me a long time to get it, I'm not going to lie. We moved to Nicaragua a little bit over a year ago, and I finally feel like I have a space where I can just practice for like an hour and not even notice the time go by. But it took a lot longer to get to that specific place. I'm so glad that I have it. But so I was kind of sitting there and I was thinking about my next up level within my own business, and I was thinking about how am I going to do that, right? All of the hows. How is this going to happen? How is this even fathomable? Because I've never done this before. And immediately the first thought that I had was to go back to a specific point in time where I did something in my business that I thought was unfathomable. And that was, for me, that was in June, I would say July and August of last year. And at that point in time, I was living in my parents' house for a few months, house sitting for them while they had gone to Portugal. And I remember kind of just waking up every single morning and really trying to get into that high vibe. And when I mean trying to get into that high vibe, what I mean is like I would do my movement practice, I would do a lot of visualizations, but I would also get into and really step into this higher energy of getting fully booked and of making my first $10,000 month. And so I continuously every single day, instead of just focusing on all of the strategy, all of the strategic work within my business, I also focused on getting high vibe, getting high energy. And it was difficult a lot of the time. A lot of the time, all I wanted to do was just write it down in my journal. I'm creating a 10K month this month. I am creating a 10K month this month, or whatever it was. And I was really resistant to creating the energy around it, to walking out of my front door and listening to a podcast rather than messaging more people in Facebook groups, for example, or any of the other strategies that I was taught at the time and that I was doing at the time. And it was literally, sometimes it becomes so much easier for us to kind of go into the how rather than focus on the being. And when we think about law of attraction, we think about it as another thing that we need to be doing. It's another how. Whereas law of attraction really is a be. It's not a how, it's not a to do, it's a to be. And so really being able to go on these podcast walks and go out for a run and shout out all of my goals in my house, as crazy as that may seem, I still do that today because I feel like shouting out your goals is like such a game changer, because then it's not only in your head, it comes out of your head. It comes out into the open, and it makes it so much more serious for you. And all of those things that I was being, right? All of those energetic vibrations that I was producing really allowed me to hit that. And so before that first $10,000 month for me, I had no idea how I was going to do that. I had no idea even if it was possible in my business to reach that type of goal, but I believed it anyways, and I worked through it anyways. And it was really because I was treating that work as a vibrational feeling rather than something on a to-do list that it was able to happen so much quicker. Now, it isn't always like that for me. In fact, I think that this is one of our biggest challenges as entrepreneurs, is to really focus on the energy, to really focus on the mindset work as something that is a part of us being rather than a part of us doing. And there have been a lot of times where I have personally shied away from using that exact same energetic frequency and really utilizing my energy to be able to give me those goals. And most of the time, when we're treating our law of attraction techniques as a to-do, it's because we're afraid of them. It's because we are so afraid of getting ourselves into that higher energy, because we're so afraid that it won't happen. We're so afraid that we won't make it. And so instead of getting ourselves into our higher energy, we feel so much more comfortable with just writing everything down, right? With doing the visualizations without actually feeling how they feel, without really taking all of your senses, all of our senses into our law of attraction work. And we do this because we are trying to protect our egos. Our egos are trying to make us safe. We do this to keep inside of our comfort zones. And then another thing that we do once we get here is we say, okay, well, this needs to work, and this needs to work by X day. And this is the one thing I think within law of attraction, within manifestation, that there are so many different schools of thought about this, but the one that I really, really love and really, really adhere to is one by Mike Dooley. So he writes the Letters from the Universe, and I purchased his Playing the Matrix, both the book and I think there was a course that went with it. But what he really talks about is that there's no timeline. And so, yes, we can accelerate our success with inspired action, and that's where the strategy comes in. right? That's where all of the hows come in. But we cannot force something to happen in a specific amount of time. That is not what the law of attraction does. Inspired action helps with that, but the law of attraction doesn't do things within a certain amount of time. And so then what we do when we're functioning our law of attraction, I'm going to put law of attraction in quotation marks because it's not actually law of attraction work. It's just your ego pretending that it's doing law of attraction work so that you can stay inside of a comfort zone. But what we end up doing is we end up saying, okay, this isn't working. And this isn't working. And this manifestation process isn't working. Why isn't it working yet? I've done everything. I've tried all of the things. I am working so hard at this. And what happens is you mistaken the doing for being. And trust me, this is really, really easy to do. I've been there so many different times. Sometimes you don't even realize that you're doing it, but you're so focused on achieving that goal and you want to do everything possible to achieve that goal in a very short period of time that your law of attraction becomes a to-do list and it brings you completely into burnout. And it fails to become law of attraction. It fails to become manifesting. At this point in time, it's the ego trying to prove to you that nothing works. And from here, your thoughts start to spiral and everything starts to spiral in your mind because then the manifestation and law of attraction isn't working. Nothing is working. Oh my goodness, nothing is working. Look at how many things haven't worked. Look at how many things aren't going the way that I want them to. I can't achieve the things that I want to achieve within the specific timeline that I want to achieve them in. Everything is wrong. Nothing is working. This is really frustrating. Why isn't anything working? I'm trying so hard. And then it just keeps on getting worse, right? How am I going to make this work? How is this ever going to work? What if this never works? What if my business never takes off? And then at that specific point in time, everything becomes so unbearable and you become so overwhelmed that nothing is working. You now have entered what I'd like to call law of attraction fatigue. When you feel like you have done everything and quote unquote, nothing is working. That's the ego's favorite thing to tell you. Nothing is working. We need to stop this now. It is way too risky. What you are doing is too risky. Your dreams are too risky. Your goals are too risky. Your dreams and your desires are too much. They're too out of reach. We need to stop immediately. That isn't the law of attraction, my dears. That is ego. And that is ego playing the role of law of attraction. And so when you get yourself into this space of nothing is working, even all of my manifestation abilities, all of the things that I'm doing are not working, if you stay there, it's only going to get worse. So the best thing that you can do for yourself in that specific moment in time is literally just stop. Stop doing what you are calling law of attraction because it's clearly not law of attraction work that you're doing, even though you're trying. And I understand that you're trying. I'm trying all the time too, trust me. When you understand and become aware of the fact that it's another thing onto your to-do list and that you're no longer feeling into it, you're no longer feeling those energetic vibrations, all of that stuff that's going on, literally take a break. If you need to, take an entire weekend off of your business. Delete all of your social media apps from your phone. Disconnect and go out and just do something fun. Please. This was one of the things that I had to do one week when I first started working with my first ever business coach. My homework for that week wasn't to work on another landing page or another thank you page or another content plan or another challenge or anything like that. She literally said, go take a break. Literally, don't do anything else in your business right now. I don't want to see you doing anything. I don't want to see you posting anything. I want you to take at least a 2-day break. I had no idea what she was talking about at the time. I was like, how am I going to take a 2-day break? I'm not reaching my goals. If I take a 2-day break, that's 2 days that I could have been working on my business. How does that make any sense? I can't do that. But I did it anyways because I'm a really good student and I'm very easily coachable. And what ended up happening within those 2 days was I had fun. I had a really, really good 2 days. I did some nurturing, did some self-care. At the end of those 2 days, did I think that nothing was working anymore? Hell no. Did I think that everything was going to shit and that I was never going to get anywhere? Oh, no. On the contrary, I was so refreshed and so recharged that I was ready to fully take responsibility for the things that weren't working, and to also take full responsibility for the things that were working and to fully capitalize on them and to scale those things that were really working. And that's actually the law of attraction. Not all of the law of attraction work that I thought I was doing. My law of attraction work was literally going out and having fun. And so it doesn't necessarily mean that your life should just be one big party and that you should never work, because you need to have the inspired action there too. But if you ever feel like you're getting into this law of attraction fatigue where you're just trying to manifest things so much, it seems so counterintuitive, but that whole idea of trying is actually what's keeping you stuck. And so if you let go of the trying, and if you just say, I'm just going to do something that I really, really enjoy today. I am going to spend time with someone who I really like. I'm going to call my best friends. I'm going to call my mom. I'm going to call my dad. I'm going to the spa. Not necessarily so that you can be in the spa and be like, yes, I'm manifesting. And what else do I need to think about while I'm at the spa to like further encourage my manifestation abilities? When you're at the spa, when you're out with your friends, when you're doing all of these things that feel good, make sure that you're feeling good. That is law of attraction, not trying to think about all of the other ways that you can force it on. Really just think about how good it feels to feel good. And the more that you let in those feelings of feeling good, the more feelings of feeling good will come to you. And so the next time that you feel really excited after having all those feelings of feeling good, when you feel excited again and refreshed again, step back on to your home office, get back onto your computer or your laptop, and start taking that inspired action again. You always need both. It's not just one or the other. You always need the combination of both. But for doers, which I know is a lot of my audience are doers, and that's because I'm a doer too. So we attract each other. It's fine. As doers, we tend to get into the fatigue of doing, and then we tend to perceive all of these manifestation, different things that we can quote unquote do to help us get to wherever we want to go so much quicker. We tend to utilize them in the exact same way as checking things off of our to-do list. And so we are the ones that are more susceptible to this fatigue. So whenever it happens, and when you realize that it happens, and trust me, the more you become aware of it, the faster that it can click to you that it's actually happening. So the first few times that it happens, you probably won't have any idea that it's happening. But the next few times that it starts happening, you'll know. You'll say, oh, getting this law of attraction fatigue again. This is what I need to do. Shut everything off. Shut off your phone. Delete the apps on your phone if you need to. So you can delete your Instagram app. It'll still be there for you when you reinstall it. All of your stuff will still be saved. You won't lose out on a thing. Get into that whole feeling. Really just do things that feel good to you. And then when you feel re-inspired and when you feel excited to come back to your work, come back to your work and then see how much your energy shifts from there. I hope that this helped you. If you have any questions about this episode, you know exactly where to reach me. I'm at Sarah J. Loureiro. That's Loureiro in pretty much every single social media channel, but I'm mainly on Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to share any insights that you have about this episode, feel free to connect with me. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Hey, did you like or love this episode? If so, I would so appreciate it if you left a review and rated this episode on iTunes. It would literally mean so much to me. And if you have Instagram and are all up in your Instagram stories like I am, I would love it if you would share this episode with your beautiful followers so they can also get all of the high vibes, all of the free information that I'm giving you here. Thank you so, so much.
Thanks for listening to the Uplevel Your Online Business Show. If you enjoy our show and would like the show notes and free goodies about how to grow your online coaching business, head over to sarahjlorero.com for more information. We hope you'll tune in next time.